Okay, guys, sit back and enjoy this one. Episode 12. We're going to get into technology, Nikola Tesla, frequency, and maybe some stuff you didn't even know about. So let's start this with this quote. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Energy, frequency, and vibration. Well, we're going to do that. Let's see if we can find the secrets. So, free energy, how does it work? Well, you have something called the ether. It's an electrical pulse. That's what causes lightning, right? Now, you can see in these drawings and in ancient buildings and churches, these huge spires. These were antennas, right? And then in the center was an amplifier and then a cathode. And how this would work is that energy from the ether, just think of a balloon rubbing on your head. It creates static. That antenna brings in that static. It brings it through into a cylinder ball. Now, these cylinder balls, which I will show you in the video, were most likely filled with mercury. Now, you would say, why mercury? Mercury is dangerous. Now, look, you can see what this is doing. This is one that still works. So, these energy would have been just around the atmosphere, and they would have had a cathode and this mercury cylinder. And what this mercury cylinder would have done is mercury is electric. And they would have ran a wire from that into the ground of the house or the building that needs the electricity. It would use the electricity from above, from the ether, and the electricity of the ground, because electricity is created through magnets, right? Two magnets with an electrical charge creates a motor, an alternator. So what was happening is it was taking the electricity from the air, sending it to the ground, and then through the mercury and the metal rod, it was running it into the building or house or cathedral or whatever, and that was giving it power. So it was free because we're surrounded around electricity. And if you don't believe that, then you don't understand how lightning works, okay? Because literally that's all lightning is. Lightning is a high charge of electricity. Again, imagine rubbing a balloon on your head and your hair sticking up. That builds up through static in the sky and has to release itself into the ground. This is why when you look at all these old buildings, they all have these, what they call lightning rods, right? But why nowadays do we not have lightning rods on every house? Think about that. But everybody had them back then. It's because these were not lightning rods to protect the house from being struck by lightning. These were rods that were bringing in the ether into the house, back to the ground, to create a power surge or electricity. And we're going to show you all this. So like I said, they had these little balls, and you can see them on the top of stuff like this. And these balls held mercury. And what mercury does, it is electric. So it would charge the mercury. And I can prove this on, here's a guy who did a thing, and he put electricity to mercury. And watch the mercury. See it? So what you're seeing now is that mercury is creating an electrical pulse that is running a power source, if you will, almost like an alternator. So when you look at like the top of these old buildings, and they would have, like the circular dome on top and windows and all that, and they would say, oh, well, that was for, candles to be lit so people could see. You'll see that on old houses. Like, if you ever saw the movie Hocus Pocus, the house, how it has that little upstairs window loft thing. Well, what that was for was that was where the mercury was. And that was charging and keeping stable power for the house. Okay, this is why they've told you that mercury is bad. that you don't need to be around it, that it can hurt you, right? Because if you understood this and knew that just by walking outside and sticking a rod in the ground, you can get electrical charges from that, okay? And that's no different than when you walk with your socks on and you get static from the ground, right? You ground yourself. Grounding, okay? So electricity is already at small levels in the ground and in the air. And what this mercury was doing is it was taking that electricity, amplifying it like an amplifier to make it, well, it was constantly charged in a stronger version of the ether itself. Because the ether is electricity, guys. Electricity is free. It is all around us. But they have got you on a grid system and told you that there is no ether and that all that's forgotten, right? Because that used to be standard science, the ether, right? That's Benjamin Franklin with the kite. Okay, we used to believe this and know this. That's how Tesla did what he did. And now they can't teach that, because if they do, you'll realize how easy electricity is to come by. It's a natural thing like water, guys. It's no different. Electricity is around you every day. You're electric, right? You just need certain elements for electricity. Water, right? Heat, static. These are the things that land. These are the things that are the elements. We used to have 5 elements, and ether was one of them. And that is why all these ornate buildings had like angels and stuff on the top, because they viewed it as almost godly, holy, right? Like the old fireplaces. If you look at old fireplaces, you wouldn't put a big ornate picture above a fireplace because of smoke damage. These old fireplaces didn't use smoke, guys. They used electricity, just like a heater does today. The 2 rods in the front would take the ether. There was a back plate, a metal back plate that would heat up. And when that metal back plate heated up, it created radiant heat. Okay, radiant heat. And radiation, right? Radiant heat. This was a real thing, radiant heaters. And they got rid of all that, and we started burning wood, right? And also, I'll show you at the very end of this video. By the way, guys, please like, subscribe, comment. I love doing this, and I'm going to go to different locations and show you this technology. But just like the movie Hocus Pocus, they were showing you what those were really about, right? But the last thing I'm going to show you is a news clip. Well, in 2006, a dentist out of Canada had invented a frequency device that went in your mouth and it would grow your teeth back if you lost your teeth. And we'll end on that, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Again, like, subscribe, follow, and it's all crazy inside Tartaria. Enjoy the clip.
Researchers at the University of Alberta could have a cure for future toothless hockey grins, an ultrasound device that regrows human teeth. Tariq Albiali was researching jaw growth in rabbits.
Accidentally, when I applied the ultrasound, I found the lower incisor grow.
Albiali is the first to try the treatment on humans. After 20 minutes a day, new teeth started to grow in a month.
With this device, we'll get these roots together, held them together, healing it together, and keep it forever.
Albiali's machine was too big, so he teamed up with nanotech expert Jai Chen, who scaled it down from this to this.
After you using this treatment, then you can throw away. So this is like a one-time use for you, and you can put it on easily. What we're working on is more like a user-friendly.
Professors at the University of Alberta have already filed a patent for this invention. While it's obviously still in the prototype phase, scientists here are hopeful it could hit the market in as little as 2 years.